Somos unos gatos en un deli, en una bodega.
What does it mean? Encantan? Is that I love?
Te encantó.
Me encantó. Oh, right, encantó. Yo necesito. Sí.
Sí, de un deli así, de ser un gato. That's how it's said, yeah.
So, where you said gato di deli?
Gato de deli.
Gato di deli.
Yeah, gato
Sí,
de
sí,
deli.
sí. And then hoy.
Hoy.
Estudio,
Estudiaste.
like partido de fútbol.
Yes.
Hi, hello, welcome today to our program. I am so thrilled to bring on this guest. I've been trying to get him for such a long time. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's really a pleasure to be here. It really is.
In more familiar circles, he's known as Natalie's fiance, but formally, we're gonna call him Richard Terriot.
It still works some places. I still remember that, but yeah, no, that's
Richard Terriot, thank you so much for being on our program today.
Really a pleasure. Really a pleasure to be here.
I assure you the pleasure's all mine. Well, why don't you just introduce yourself for just a moment and tell us a little bit of who you are.
I'm Richard Terriot. I'm 42. I'm a Leo. And I have
the lion.
The lion.
Mm.
They say that you can tell Leos from their great hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that holds up.
It's quite the mane.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And I am lucky enough to be marrying the one and only Natalie Haig on October 10th of this year.
I've met her several times. She is a doll.
She's everything she's cracked up to be.
That's
you
true.
Hear about her, and then you meet her, and you're like, yeah.
And I'm just like, it's too good to be
it's
true.
It's all true. It's too good to be true, but it is true.
It is true. Miracle with a capital M, am I right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're just going to ask a couple questions.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and then we'll see if the things that you come up with and the things that Natalie come up with match. And, I feel like this is definitely at Natalie's discretion, but if those around her, are enjoying some adult beverages or some libations, and if for some reason Natalie is incorrect, perhaps they have to take a pretty solid drink.
That sounds like a good way to do it. I think that sounds like a good plan.
Right, and I'm not saying that I'm prohibiting you from doing that in between questions. I'm just saying that if it's wrong, I think there has to be consequences.
Yes, and water. Consequences and water.
We all support hydration.
Yes, yeah, that's definitely a good idea.
All right, let's get started.
Okay.
So let's start with something that's pretty basic and really sweet. When is the first time you and Natalie met? When was the first time you met? Just think about it. You guys locked eyes. When was that? Think about it. And write it.
Okay.
So the first time you two met was?
On the Schatz Ferry. This is my picture of the boat. That's the water. And there's a piece of garbage because it was in the East River. We met at that time and chatted a little bit, but really we didn't get really chatting until after the boat had docked, and we all piled into a tiny bar. And I believe Brittany Bond was sitting right next to Natalie Haig. And
she's a good egg.
She's a good egg, good eggs. And I tried my best to impress those two lovely ladies with stories about trapeze jaws. I think I had a mustache. I think she first met me
I bet you did.
With a mustache.
I mean, irresistible.
Some would say that.
I have to be honest, I was on that boat. I didn't realize that was such a magical event happening around me. I'm really, really honored.
Magic was in the air.
All right, number 2. What is the first show Natalie saw you in? What is the first show that Natalie saw you act in? You are an accomplished actor. You have gone to a school to play pretend, to study that. When did you apply it and Natalie saw it for the first time?
The answer is Shots. I don't know which Shots.
Okay.
It was one where
Do you have a guess of which one you think it could be?
I blocked so many of them out. I would get very drunk afterwards and go to the bar and really thought myself to be a cool, slick guy. and I don't remember which one she might have seen me do that.
Gotcha. But it was at the Crane Theater.
Almost certainly.
Nice. All right. What is the best comfort TV you two have watched together? And of course, at this point, maybe it's just personal preference, but it's important to see if you two match. So what is what's the best comfort TV you two have watched together? I'd love to know.
The best comfort TV is HHI/Vikings. HHI stands for House Hunters International, which I think Natalie and I watch during dinner 5 nights a week.
That's a lot of nights.
That's a lot of nights. I think she has seen every episode. There are 137 seasons. There are 137 seasons and she's seen every episode. We've only just touched the surface. And then on the right here I have the Viking helmet because we really love Vikings.
I find it absolutely incredible that you think Vikings is comfort TV. I think that says a lot about you two, and it makes me respect you even more.
I'll have you know that up at Hall Hill, we got an axe throwing rig, and I sat out there all afternoon trying to get this axe stuck into this piece of wood, and Natalie walked out, and the first time she did it, it flung in and stuck right in the center of the thing. So she has Viking in her genetic code.
Wow, you can't fight Viking blood. And you got it.
Nope.
Yeah. All right. So number 5, I think it's pretty common knowledge that Natalie loves pretzels. This is known far and wide. It's a global thing. Does Natalie have a secret pretzel stash? And if so, do you know where it is? So I know that Natalie isn't very secret about her love of pretzels, but I don't know, does she say she has 1 bag, but really there's 3? Let me know. What is that? What is that answer, Richard?
I'm gonna go with...
Go on, tell me.
No.
All right, she's just open.
No,
she's open about that pretzel.
They're everywhere. She feels no need to hide the amount of pretzels that she consumes.
Gotcha. Okay, good to know. All right, I won't go on that treasure hunt next time I'm at your house, Natalie. I'll just keep it to the kitchen. All right, so next one. Let's get a little scandalous. Okay. Who would be Natalie's celebrity hall pass? Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with this phrase, hall pass is someone that you can get a little intimate with. Like if you met them at a bar and they were like, I have a hotel room, you would be allowed to be like, yes, let's do that. So I'd love to know if you know who Natalie's would be, because you know what? I know who hers wouldn't be. It'd be this gentleman. It would not be Harrison Ford. Okay, Natalie, we're just gonna keep it at that. That's right.
Okay.
All right. I have to say that I'm absolutely loving the fact that Richard is quite the artist. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
My answer is Aaron Rodgers.
Oh.
Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers.
This is an incredible answer because I was going so many Hollywood directions and I was like, I don't know what this answer is. And for you to go Packers just proves how much you are meant to be with Natalie Haig.
Well, I wasn't sure why I felt so much extra tension when the 49ers would play the Green Bay Packers, but I think a couple of times I looked over during those games and Natalie would be in a semi-swoon. She would be like fanning herself like a Victorian lady.
Yeah.
And I think that's because of Aaron Rodgers.
Did you have a chase or some type of fainting couch?
A couple of times she asked me to catch her and I got there most of the time.
I hope you had your handkerchief ready. Wow. All right. Bonus question. Who does Natalie think would be your hall pass?
Who does Natalie think would be my hall pass?
Yes, I think I'm gonna stand by that question and not who would be. Who does Natalie think would be your celebrity hall pass? I think I'm gonna stay with that because it's phrased a little differently.
That's a hard question.
Well, if it gets too hard, we can move on. I don't want to create controversy
Quickly,
here, but
off the top of my head,
just go for it. I love it. Yes, and me. Just yes, and it.
Yes. Sofia Vergara.
There we go.
Sofia Vergara.
What a smoke show. Just, I mean, she might be my celebrity hall pass. I'm not gonna lie. Whew.
Yeah, that works.
It's getting hot in here. On that note, I think we're gonna take a little bit of a break. We'll be back in just a short bit after a word from our sponsors. Today's program is brought to you by Bourbon. Bourbon. It is totally alcohol.
It was good.
Sì, necessito stesso.
You're more looking for your
Duro. Ayer.
Ayer. Trabalho ayer. Ocho.
Mucho.
Yeah.
Muchas horas.
Muchas horas. Sí.
Mucho tiempo.
Hi, welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us on this really special episode with my guest, Richard Terriot.
Hello.
Hi. We're gonna jump right back in, and it's gonna get real sweet around here, okay? Richard, when was your first kiss? I think this is just a lovely question, and you know, I gotta say, Natalie, if it doesn't match, I think we all need to chug on this one. I think everybody's gonna need it. But I have no doubt that this is gonna be not a problem at all. Kisses are just, you know, besos, am I right? All right, Richard, are you ready?
Yeah.
When was your first kiss?
It was at the night of the Green Plays where Natalie and I were in a play together. And then I said, do you want to see the deli that Deli Guys is based on? So we started walking there. And on the way there, she was like, you know, can I just use your bathroom? So we just passed right by the deli and went to my house.
Oh, Natalie, you went to his house. Seems like this was a little coordinated, don't you think? I'm impressed. You better get it. All right, well, moving on. Let's get a little fun, shall we? Let's aloha, everyone. How many Hawaiian shirts does Richard own? / how many themed trucker hats? I mean, I think it's safe to say he doesn't have any of those Von Dutches from the early 2000s. Otherwise, we would have stopped this relationship pretty early. All right, Richard, what's the guess? Let's go.
Greater than 7, greater than 10.
Oh, I like this. I like this answer a lot, actually.
I would like to get more specific, but
no,
I really can't.
I respect this a lot, and it gives Natalie a little bit of cushion when she gives her answer. So.
I like to think that she hasn't been drinking any punitive drinks so far, because she knows me so well.
Oh,
But hopefully she got that one right.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll do our best, right?
Okay.
All right. So next would be Richard. What's something you do that drives Natalie crazy? Or as we could say, loco, maybe? I don't know. I think that, you know, not that I'm an expert, but love, it's all about accepting all the parts, isn't it? It really is. And so there's the best parts, and there's the things that drive you crazy. So I think when you're self-aware of it, it might help a little bit, maybe. Do you need another second, Richard? I don't know.
I'm ready.
All right. Richard, what is the thing that you do that drives Natalie crazy?
Half-drunk cans of seltzer everywhere. Water from the shower on the floor.
Oh, wow.
All over the floor.
Oh, wow.
And then my shoes in the hallway, there's specific areas where they are supposed to go. And then I leave them anywhere but those places.
I find it interesting that you think shoes are elf shoes. And that they also kind of look like sleeping bags where you zip yourself up to the face.
I have very delicate feet.
I like that. I think that's good. You could be one of Santa's little helpers, you know?
Yeah, some people would think I was a hobbit, but I'm more of an elf.
I think you're more of an elf. You're more magical than a hobbit. I think hobbits have a dark past and a lot of baggage, and I think you're pretty spry.
Yeah. And unemotional.
I don't know if that's true, but I'm gonna go with it. All right. So we're gonna kind of stay a little bit in this wardrobe world, and we're gonna say, if Natalie could get rid of one item from your wardrobe forever, what would it be? What would it be, Richard? Oh, here we go. It's elf
My
central again.
shoes. It's back to the shoes.
Back to the
but
shoes.
It's because they smell. They smell, and that smell goes everywhere.
Yikes. Yikes. Odors. Am I right? They're not amazing. But I appreciate you being very honest about that situation. I will say that.
I'm only elven.
Only elven. Oh man, I'm gonna use that at the next party I'm at. I love it. All right. So now we're gonna jump back a little bit into relationship world, and we're gonna say, or ask rather, pardon, who said I love you first? And I will give you a bonus point in a game that has no points, that if you remember where, you'll get extra points in a game that has no points. Where? Are you ready? Richard, tell us about it.
Me. At Lily's, which is a bar we never went to before and haven't been to since, and it had sort of a vaguely Victorian theme. I remember distinctly telling her I loved her. The actual dialogue might be closer to, so what do you think about this? And me saying I'm into it. It's somewhere between I'm into it and I love you. I know that the intention was I love you.
I love Lily's, and I love that you said I love you. Lily's is a great spot. They used to have a really killer lunch special with a hamburger. I ate it all the time. Anyways, it's not about me. I'm sorry, Richard.
That's quite all right.
All right. Next. Let's get international. If COVID didn't exist, where is the first place you would vacation together? And this is saying now. I mean, anywhere in the world. The world's your oyster. Let's go for it. It's crazy. You can, nothing, there's no restrictions. Natalie, where would it be? Where do you want to take this man in the world? Let's talk about it. Boat, plane, where is it? Let's go.
Hawaii.
Oh.
The volcanic islands of Hawaii.
That sounds lovely. Wow. Have you been before, Richard?
I have been before.
Wonderful.
And I quite liked it, I gotta say. Yes, it's very far from here. It's a long, long flight, but
Many
I would do it.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Good to know.
We watched White Lotus. I'm not sure if they filmed a White Lotus of our trip to Hawaii, how we'd turn out.
Yikes.
In that. What's the next question?
All right, I say maybe just don't steal some jewelry from a room, you know. Anyways, what is Richard's favorite kind of meat, and how does he like it cooked? We all know that Richard is really into the el carne, am I right? Loves that meat, so delicious, so many ways to cook it. What's your favorite?
Sausages?
Oh wow, that's a sausage, is it? It is. How do you like those sausages cooked, Richard?
On a grill.
On a grill.
Well done.
Well done. Does it still keep them nice and juicy when you do that?
I like them when they're juicy.
I like them when they're juicy too. I like a good sausage. I like it, I just like eating good sausages.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a specialty.
They're a great way of delivering meat.
Yes. Getting that meat right in your mouth. Delicious.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right? All right, what would be one thing that Natalie can't live without, excluding you?
I hope that was your first thought.
Right. I think that we know Richard is number one, precious, but, let's explore our options a little more. What is number two on that list, Natalie? What can't you live without? I need to know. We all need to know. I think Richard's got the answer. What is it?
The Roomba.
Wow. That is something I did not see coming.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I am impressed. The Roomba. That is so specific.
If she didn't say Roomba, she's drunk.
Oh, you're drunk and you're lying at this point if you didn't say Roomba. All right. On that note, we are going to take one more break. Hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back.
Muy bueno esta cosa.
Oh, gracias.
Por nada.
¿Cómo está hoy?
Muy bien, está muy bien todo. Tengo un poco de hambre y sed, tengo que tomar un poco de esto.
Sí. Oh.
Bien rico.
Sí. Jueves. Today's program is sponsored by Monterey Bay. Monterey Bay. It is a place that exists.
Never been.
Esta semana de fin de semana.
Fin de semana.
Sí.
Muy divertido. Muy bien.
Sí.
Qué bueno, esa es muy buena noticia. Espero que todo va bien. Eso, muy bien.
Sí. And we're back. So we have a couple more questions left. Thank you for sticking with us. I really appreciate you listening to this program, and to our sponsors. Thank you so much for this. All right, let's jump right back in with Richard Terriot, our guest today. All right, we're gonna get a little sweet. I hope you're ready. Prepare yourself.
Okay.
Gird your loins. When was the moment you knew Natalie was it? And Natalie, for you, that means, when do you think Richard knew? When do you think he looked at you and was like, yes, forever? Because forever can seem like a long time, but actually it goes quite fast. I got a little profound there. I didn't mean for that to happen. It must have been the gin. But I think we should, I think it's important to know. Mm-hmm. And I saw you, I was just trying to vamp a little because I wanted you to finish your
I'm ready.
Artistic work.
Okay.
All right, let's see it, please.
When did I know she was the one?
Let's see it.
Okay. The first time I knew it was really special was when we were at the Green Plays and she gave me a back rub. We had been kind of flirting. We liked each other. It wasn't clear it was an image. We were also working together, and I was like, you don't want to do anything. And then we were sort of sitting backstage flirting, and she put her hands on my shoulders and gave me a back rub. And I could feel in her hands something like very special, just like that healing touch. There's some people who just have the ability to touch you in a way that makes you feel like loved and known and looked after and safe. And so that was the first moment I was like, oh, this is a very special person. And then really, so that's this. And then this is a plate of brunch, which we were supposed to get up in Sunnyside, Queens. And Natalie had told me, she was like, you gotta come up and we'll have brunch. We've been seeing each other for a little while at this time. And she had this place that she really wanted to take me. And she had this whole plan. It was all planned out, but there was just a minor thing that she didn't check. I think it was Tuesdays, they don't serve brunch. And so I'd gone up there and these things kept not working. And finally we got to the place and we showed up after this rigmarole and they were like, oh, we're not serving brunch. And we sat down and she got really emotional. She was so disappointed. She was so sad that it didn't work. And there was something about how much she cared that it worked out that touched me on a very deep level. And she got emotional and I was like, oh, I love this woman. I will do everything I can to look after this woman forever. That's all.
Richard.
That's true. So
might be the gin again, but a little emotional at that.
There has
That's
been a lot
really-
of gin involved in this.
I don't need
thing.
you to out me about it. I just.
No, not you.
I just.
Me.
Me,
Me, Ashley.
Oh, okay. That was an exceptionally lovely answer, Richard.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you for being so honest with us, because that is absolutely wonderful. I'm not gonna keep talking about it, or I'll start to cry, and we can't have that.
No.
I'm dead inside. Okay. All right. So let's get to something a little more two-dimensional, a little surface, a little funsies. What is Natalie's favorite alcoholic beverage?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you drinking it right now, Natalie? I don't know. It's possible. When we're watching this, I might be sitting next to you, and I might freak out because I'd be like, oh my gosh, what Richard wrote is exactly what you're drinking. But it's anyone's guess, and that guess is happening right now, which
Ready?
is
Oyster Bay Sauvignon Blanc. Oyster Bay Sauvignon Blanc.
wow. That is so specific, and I love it.
We don't even play Pictionary that much. That is
But
crazy.
I think that you might have missed your calling, and
Thank
you
you.
should start looking for bars that hold Knights of Pictionary, because maybe you'd be their captain, and maybe you'd be their hero. Oyster Bay Sauvignon Blanc, that's New Zealand, yes?
Yes.
Mhm.
Another place that was almost earlier when we did Where Would We Vacation, that volcano was going to be New Zealand, Japan, or Hawaii, because I think those were our
Wow.
top 3 choices, but I didn't want to give you too many options. That wasn't fair.
Ooh, now that I know that, and this is in the past of when you're watching this, Natalie, if you write one of those, I might give you a point in a game that has no points.
But you might have already drunk the shot, which is amusing now.
That's
You
true.
get a free
Yeah,
pass now.
that's fair.
Okay.
Wow. All right. Oyster Bay Sauvignon Blanc, so grassy, so grapefruity, so delicious. All right. So next will be just a quick numbers game. If you had to guess, how many pairs of compression socks does Natalie Hegg own? And you know what? I'm gonna give you a give or take here. I like your Hawaiian shirt and your trucker hat. You can do greater or less than. I will give that to you because I'm just feeling really generous right now. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm ready.
Sure.
I think the answer is 3 to 6,
Mhm.
but that number is not enough because of the frequency with which you have trouble finding the right stockings.
Gotcha. I think we all know what Natalie's Christmas present is going to be this year. How about that? All right. So, let's get a little. I was going to say let's get a little wet, but that's really a different kind of show, isn't it? All right. So instead, let's just ask the question: who takes longer showers? So showers, it's some me time. Maybe it's time to sing a little. Maybe it's time to wash your hair for the first time in a week. I'm not saying that's me. I'm just saying that's some people. And so who takes a shower longer to get things accomplished? Richard?
Me.
Oh.
But the caveat is Natalie takes much, much, much longer in the bathroom in general, including a period before bed where she sits on the toilet and pees at some point, but then probably stays sitting down for, my guess has got to be 35 to 40 minutes. I don't know, but every time I need to get up to pee in the middle of the night, she's sitting there and she's like, I'm not peeing, I'm just sitting here.
Well, I think if you don't understand the toilet doom scroll, Richard, I can't teach you now.
I hope you guys are as drunk as I am right now.
I think we are. I think we all are, or we haven't done our job. All right, we're nearing the home stretch here. Thank you for sticking with us. What is Natalie's biggest guilty pleasure? And I think what's really wonderful is that, the easy question would be, or the easy answer rather, would be pretzels, but that's not a guilty pleasure because Natalie's proud of it. She's not quiet.
It's true.
So I think, whoa, that was a fast right for Richard. Let's be honest. What's that answer?
Sleeping in.
Ho, ho, ho.
Natalie's greatest guilty pleasure is sleeping in. And I love that about her. It's also her superpower. When she wants to sleep, she can sleep like a sleeper.
Like a sleeper. Like a sleeper. You hit her here first. I thought that was a bed with some boobies, but they're pillows. That's my bad.
Her guilty pleasure is bed boobs.
Is bed boobs. That's a hashtag bed boobs. I'm gonna make it happen. I don't even know what that means. We're gonna figure it out in life. Maybe that's a goal for the weekend. Huh, Natalie? Bed boobs.
Bed boobs.
All right. 2 more left. Are you excited?
Okay, ready.
You look stoked.
I am stoked.
I bet. What was Natalie's first car? Was it the Cheesemobile for the Packers, the Green Bay Packers? Is that a real car? I don't know, but it should be. And I wish it was the thing that Natalie used to drive to high school. I can imagine her with her red hair flowing, glasses fogged up, driving a Cheesemobile. Richard's ready.
Ready?
What is it?
I'm not exactly sure. I know that it's like a big American car, like a Lumina or a Cadillac, maybe.
A big car.
Or sort of old American gas guzzler, I think.
That's okay. I think that's specific enough that if that's in the world of what Natalie's answer is, she definitely gets a point in a game with no points.
I should know. I don't know.
That's okay. I think that's an excellent guess, and I like that. And also, if you knew everything, every detail, where the hell do you have to go?
That's true.
Okay?
That's true.
Maybe this is what you talk about in your vows. I don't know. I'm not here to tell you what to do, Richard, but I'm just saying. That's just a consideration. All right. And the final question. Here we go, guys. Grand finale. You made it. If Natalie was an animal, what animal would she be? I mean, the animal kingdom is far and wide. There are so many options. I'm sure we all have our opinions of what this would be, but I think the only opinion that really matters is the man that's about to marry her, because in the end, he's got to deal with this. What is that animal? What is it like in the morning? What is it like in the evening? And I just want you to prepare. This is our final answer of the evening. Thank you so much. I want to thank our producers. I want to thank our band. I want to thank everyone who's always participated in this. And especially I want to thank you, Richard Tyriot, for joining me today.
It's been a pleasure to be here, Ashley. Thank you very much.
Of course. Anytime. You stop by anytime, and I will give you airtime. What a joy.
Thank you.
If Natalie was an animal, what animal would she be?
I'm going to go with goose, because Natalie as a human is someone who combines a deep, absurd silliness with this otherworldly grace. And a goose, when walking around, is an absurd and silly creature, but when they're in the water or flying through the air, they have an innate, weightless, soaring grace and beauty about them. And I think that's one of the things I like about my fiance.
Richard, I think that's an incredible, incredible answer, because if anyone doesn't agree with that, the only words I have to say for them is lobster play.
Lobster play.
Okay, we can talk about it if you don't know. Thank you so much, Richard. This was absolutely delightful. I had the best time, and I want to thank you for coming on the show.
It was really my pleasure. And to you out there, please stay hydrated. Try to get a little sleep, because we have big stuff coming up. And I hope you all are having the best time.
I think from past me to future me, I can say we are. That's our show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Gracias.
De nada. De nada. Un placer. Un placer como siempre.
Sí.
Seriamente.
Sí.
Sí. Tenemos que ir a México. Tenemos que andar como vacaciones, el grupo, todos nosotros.
Yo quiero.
¿Tienes ganas?
Yo quiero un vacación.
Eso sí.
Con tú y
Sí,
Natalie
sí.
de México. And are we out? Because I can't think of